Hello everybody, PF Man 1 here with an update. This is update number 1 on my Tiran 5 build. This is what I've gotten so far. I've been modeling off and on now for the last few weeks. Haven't been able to put a whole lot of time into it. But this is what I've managed so far, and these are a few of my observations. Here's the hull, which I have finished now with all my photo etch and resin parts. I'll just turn it around here so you can see the various pieces. Some of my pratfalls working with this. The stowage rack in the back here was a very delicate resin piece, and as you can see, it was cracked here in the bed of it and in the back, and that's the way it came because the resin pieces are just ultra thin. They're almost like paper thin, so they were cracked from the get-go, so you have to be real careful when working with stuff like that. Things I could recommend to help fill and fix that, of course, are super glue to get the main parts back together. Yeah, I'm a big fan of my super glues. Here we go. Here's an example of one I got at Harbor Freight. And then a couple of other things that I really like. I like these Mr. Surfacers. I'm sure everybody's used it before. Mr. Surfacers. This is Mr. Surfacer 1000. I also have 1200 and 500. But 500 is the one I use to fill in the major cracks for filling and sanding. Another one I use, and I've absolutely just discovered and fallen in love with, is Mr. Hobby's Mr. Dissolved Putty. And what it is it's paintable putty. I mean, it's as thin as paint, but it dries like putty and sands really nice. So I've been using that on the parts too. So anyways, back to the build. The hull's finished and primed. I got a little more sanding to do on it. That'll happen, no problem there. And I've started on the turret. The turret was a little problematic in that I had a hard time, as you can see, here's the turret. I had a hard time placing this turret basket, getting it lined up evenly in the back and super gluing it. So it's going to take a lot of sanding and filling for me when I finally get down to it. The resin pieces fit quite perfect. Here's the mortar. Looks pretty nice. Little more things have to do to that. Notice the 50 cal. This 50 cal is not the 50 cal that came with the kit. And there's a reason for that. I think the one that came with the kit is not to scale. I think it suffered from mold shrink or something, but it just does not seem 35th scale to me. You guys tell me. Here's the one that came with the kit, and I'm going to hold it right next to this 50 cal. Let me zoom in. Okay, there's the 50 cal from the kit. Let me zoom out a little bit, get that in focus. There's the 50 cal from the kit, from a kit that I borrowed. It's actually a Hasegawa 50. And this is the one from that molded. Have a look. Dimensionally. Look how much smaller it is in comparison. Side by side comparing. The one I have in the kit that's made from resin seems, I don't know, out of scale. It almost seems, that doesn't seem 35th scale. It seems more like 1/40th or 1/42nd scale. Look how small it is. I'm holding the two separate pieces. But anyways, as you can see, I scrapped it and went for a 50 cal out of my parts box to make that happen. Any other things I ran into, of course, are the photo etch. I've already started one of the M240s. Put some photo etch on there. That's ready to hang. I tried to do the box for it that holds the ammo, and it's a complicated fold using my Holden fold right here. I've got one of the original Holden folds, but I goofed and I tried to flatten everything out. It looks like I'm going to have to restart on that. So anyways, that's where I'm at now. I'm trying to finish up the turret here. The gun is fine. The main gun, the 105. As I said, it came off of its tree warped, and I did have to soak it or put it in some warm water. There's a better view. To get it back into shape. Not warm, but actually hot water to shape it. Maybe 5 to 7 seconds in hot water, bring it out and shape it, kind of thing. But there's that. Looks good. I'll be finishing this up this weekend. Probably painting and priming that this weekend. And then I'll be on to the painting. So until then, this is PF Man 1. I want all my fellow scale modelers and my scale modeler friends to have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.